Now, can you imagine travelling at over 800 kilometres an hour? Wow. Daredevil Trevor Slaughter is planning to do just that and become the first Australian to hold a land speed record. And Trevor joins me now from Brisbane with his incredible rocket-powered machine. That is an awesome-looking beast behind you there, Trev.
Thank you very much, yes. It's not rocket-powered either, by the way.
Oh, well, tell us how it is powered. Take us through the specifications.
Yeah, sure. The record we're going for is a world land speed record for a wheel-driven vehicle. And inside the engine at present we have is a six-cylinder turbocharged engine that is to undertake the initial challenges, testing, etc. And then once we're confident we know what we're doing with the car, etc., that engine comes out and a turbine from a helicopter goes in.
Right, so that's some awesome power. In terms of good old-fashioned horsepower, how powerful is it?
Yeah, the piston engine that we have in there is about 2,500 horsepower, but the turbine, once it goes in, is 4,900 horsepower.
Man, that must throw you back in your seat.
Well, you can't really, because there's not a lot of traction. It's a balancing act between the horsepower you have and the ability to put it to the ground, so you can't just nail a thing like in a dragster and let the thing take off. You've just got to play it nice and gently and feed it into its huddle. And
there's only so many places that you could take, a machine like this to really let it loose. What's your plan? Where will you attempt to break the record?
Well, initially we're going to Lake Gairdner in South Australia. We're going down there in about a month's time, 3 weeks to a month. And in that process there we'll be doing some initial testing with the piston engine, that I said. And we'll be doing some runs down there towards records. And then later on we'll be heading to the USA, to Bonneville.
Bonneville, that's the holy grail, isn't it?
It sure is, yeah. That's where, in the 60s, Breedlove and Arfons had almost weekly battles for the world land speed record, the outlaw record, that is. We are, I remind you, just going for the wheel-driven record, though. We're a genuine car.
Yeah, and just looking at pictures of this, it throws up a hell of a dust storm behind it. What's it feel like to be at the controls of your car?
I don't know yet, haven't been in it. That's part of the challenge we're going down to do when we go to the Salt in a few weeks' time. I've driven the dragster, and the dragster of course had plenty of traction and plenty of horsepower, but on this we won't have much traction, so it's going to be a whole new ball game, a lot of chasing it around, I think. So we'll just see, take it step by step and safely do it, and we'll see what we can do.
When you go for the record itself, is there any safe way to do it? There must be a fairly high degree of risk.
Well, we had our opening last night and had the same question posed to me there, and one of the most dangerous sports around is lawn bowls. More people died playing lawn bowls than they do racing land speed record cars. So it's just a matter of assessment of the challenges that we have before us, minimising the risks and having in place actions that prevent any unfortunate situations.
All right, I reckon you'll have a fair indication how well your heart's going at the end of this run. It's been a dream for you for a long time. Where did the germ of this idea start?
Originally, when I was 10, my hometown Barmer in South Australia, we had Donald Campbell come there with his boat, and of course in the same year he ran the car on the Salt at Lake Eyre, and sort of I think that germinated some thoughts. But I was a crew chief on a dragster team, top fuel dragster team, and in those cars they're still accelerating at the finish line, and it posed the question, well, if we let the thing run for a little bit longer, wonder how far it'd go and how fast it'd go. But the realisation is, of course, that the dragster will blow up not long after the finish line if it hasn't already. But it sort of poses the question, well, how fast can you go with a piston engine and a wheel-driven car? And then what is the record and what would you need? And so that was in 1983, and we took 30 years this month to realise what we wanted to do.
Yeah, well, our thoughts and hearts are with you, mate. It's a great adventure that you're on. Trevor, it's the sort of thing they make movies about. Who do you think should play you?
Well, Anthony Hopkins played Burt Munro in The World's Fastest Indian, of course, and Anthony also played the part of Donald Campbell in Donald Campbell's life story when he actually lost his life. So Anthony would be a pretty good choice, I think. He's been there before.
I reckon you're right. There is a resemblance there too, Trev. I bet I'm not the first to point it out.
I reckon he's got a bit of Sean Connery about him.
All right, Trevor. Wish you well, mate.
Oh, come on. Thank you very much.
Take care.
All right, imagine reverse parking that thing. Hollywood headlines.